And here is more news concerning Jake Paul and another possible new opponent, Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. And let me counterpunch. We hear these stories about Wilder could be in serious talks with Jake Paul, and according to Malik Scott, that this could be a good replacement for AJ. And I would say, okay, I don't have a problem with it because I think Jake Paul is trying to tap into the most popular division, which is the heavyweight division right now, with the exception of 168. There is no other division more popular than the heavyweight division. So I can understand the appeal at wanting to fight in that division. Okay. But what I don't understand is the serious talk bid. Like, okay, you're in serious talks. Okay, that was like 11 hours ago. Well, 14 hours ago, which was 3 hours before that, we had what? You're in serious talks or past serious talks with Anthony Joshua. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, so which one is it? I get that you could have two different negotiations going on at one time, but really to each his own. I think it's best to do one thing at a time, because when you hear this, you hear him fighting Joshua, then you hear him now talking about serious talks or whatever with Wilder. You start to think, well, this could really be a bunch of bullshit, a bunch of rubbish, right? Because we don't know now what to believe in, who is he going to fight? Who is he really seriously talking about? See, you're getting all these articles here and there about Jake Paul doing this and Jake Paul doing that. I think the more you hear about possible fights, serious talks, in negotiations, and you keep hearing this guy, no, wait, this guy, no, wait, this guy. The more you hear about those, the less we stop believing the bullshit. Because your words and your articles and the people that you claim that you're in talks with, the more people you bring up, the less serious we're going to take it. The less serious we take it, the less we're going to pay attention. The less we pay attention, the less we care. And I think, with taking on Wilder, I think it's a good fight, but Wilder is a guy that's looking for the highest bidder. He knows what Mike Tyson received. We all know what Tyson received. Do you think Wilder doesn't want a piece of that? You know what I mean? If he's getting half that, he's winning. 10 million, half of what Tyson received, which I think he's going to want more because, Wilder thinks very, 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 very high of himself. So he's going to want around the same, if not more, than Mike Tyson. So, yeah, I would be, if I was Deontay Wilder, interested in that fight. And the crazy thing about that is there's a lot of unchecked boxes from Deontay Wilder. We don't really know where Wilder really is. We don't know if he still has that dynamite punch, that equalizer. We don't know if he still has that. We don't know if he is exactly shell-shocked. We don't know how he really is because Herndon didn't show us enough to give us any gauge on Wilder. But I can tell you this, Wilder would want to fight Jake Paul. Who wouldn't at this point? Because he knows he's coming in with the duckies. So I don't fault him for it, but I do question Jake Paul, because if you got all this going around and you're kind of picking and choosing and sending out this and we're receiving these articles on who you're supposed to fight, and you got one guy that you're in serious talks and 14 hours ago, and then 3 hours later you're in serious talks with Wilder, you gotta be, one of them has to be a lie, right? So we don't really know what's going on with Jake Paul, but this is the new news concerning Jake Paul and another possible opponent, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. You guys tell me what you think about this particular fight or negotiation. Please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunched. Peace.